Today we are going to make buckwheat crepes. Making buckwheat crepes. So I added 2 cups of buckwheat flour and 2 cups of coconut milk because I'm trying to make it dairy free. Added 2 eggs per each cup, so 4 eggs total. I use organic eggs from our chickens. Added just like a half a tablespoon of salt, half a tablespoon of sugar, and about 2 tablespoonfuls of olive oil. You can use any kind of oil, or if you prefer butter, that's fine, and 2/3 cup of water. So I'm going to mix all this together. See how it's nice and fluffy, and then it's going to go to the fridge and rest overnight, and tomorrow we are going to make savory crepes from buckwheat flour, which is not really a true flour. It's from a plant, so it's naturally gluten-free, and it's really good for you. Just taken out the buckwheat from the refrigerator, and this is how it looks after resting for about 18 hours. So it's pretty nice and thick. It depends on how much thickness you want. If you would like to add water, I'm going to start and add just 1/4 cup of water and mix it together and see how that looks like. I think that feels really good right now. We'll check with the consistency and try this first, and then we'll see how the first one turns out. In the meantime, I put a little bit of oil in the bottom of this pan and started to warm on low heat. And I started another pan warming, which I am going to put some onions. This is going to be what's inside the crepe, and I have some cut up heirloom tomatoes that I'm going to add. I'm just going to let that saute and cook a little bit, and then I'm planning to add some garlic and spinach to this. Since I've been warming the pan a little bit on low heat, I'm going to go between kind of low and medium and get ready to put the crepes in. I'm going to use about not full of a spoon, but close to full of the spoon. Move it around the pan a little bit and see how that goes. It feels a little bit thick because it didn't move around the pan as quickly as I was hoping for, so I'm going to add another 1/4 cup of water and mix that in for the next time. It's definitely moving more freely right now, but this will be also for your preference, what you like. There's the prepared garlic and spinach, what we will put inside. And our crepe is cooking here, looking really nice. Let's see how our crepe feels like. So the first attempt, the crepe broke a little bit, and it was just a tiny bit challenging to turn over. But I tried a little piece and it tastes wonderful. So let it cook it for another half a minute or so. And they start to look really nice as well. It's almost ready to add spinach and the garlic to it as well. Going to add a little bit of salt to it. You can put any kind of spice you prefer. Just another few seconds for the first crepe. A tiny bit of oil. And let's try a second crepe, see how that's going to go. Add a little bit more water. It is definitely seems smoother and easier to go than the first time. The tomato and the garlic. Onion is looking good, so the garlic can go in. This is fresh garlic from the garden, I just picked. Going to add the spinach, please. This is all cooking on low heat. I'm not really going to cook this long, just enough until the spinach wilts a little bit. And you don't want to overcook either spinach or garlic. That looks about good, so I'm going to close that. It's still going to cook for another minute or so in the hot pan, which is going to be perfect. Let's see how our crepe is doing. Looking pretty good. And this time it was easier to turn around, and was able to do that without breaking the crepe. Just let it cook for another second and then put everything together. Here is a crepe with the added tomato spinach. I also added a little bit of fresh peas that I just picked from the garden. I'm going to add just a hint of Parmesan cheese. There we go. It's all ready. Bon appetit! Another option in these buckwheat crepes, I did fresh tomatoes, pickled smoked garlic, and freshly cut parsley with a little bit of mixed cheese. Bon appetit! I hope you enjoyed the creation of these buckwheat pancakes, and there's going to be a next video where I cook the rest of the buckwheat crepes in the oven. Until I see you next time.